Hello everyone. Let us start with word meaning of Unit 7 Section 2 Not Our Problem. So what you are going to see in this lesson I will explain you later on, but first of all let's begin with the word meaning. The first word is here a fire. A fire means on fire or burning. Something which is burning presently, that is called a fire. Then after cheer, to shout loudly, to show support or praise for somebody. You might have seen in IPL matches, many people were cheering for their teams, their favorite team. That is the meaning of cheer, to praise for something. Dine. Dine means to eat dinner. Dine. Drip. To fall in a small drops, to produce drops of liquid. We will take only one meaning here, to fall in small drops. Next, erupted. Erupted means started happening suddenly and what is this? Recently. Right? Started happening suddenly and violently. Sorry. Next is gecko. Gecko means a small lizard. Lazily means unwillingly, slowly or idly. Leaned means bent or moved. Munch. Munch means to eat something steadily and often noisily. Not munch macha, right? Perhaps. Perhaps means possibly, maybe. Pluck. A short sound like that, a small object dropping into water. We cannot say splash but plop. Next, pounced. Pounce means moved suddenly forward in order to attack. Moved suddenly forward in order to attack. Puffed. Puffed means breathing quickly or with difficulty. We will take this much meaning only. Breathing quickly and with difficulty. Next is ruins. Ruins means the part of a building that remained after it has been destroyed or damaged. Next is sided with. To support one person or a group in an argument against somebody else. If two groups are fighting and you take the part of one group, that is called sided with. Sprang. Sprang means moved suddenly and with one quick movement in a particular direction. Next is window sill. Window sill, we can say a frame, a narrow shelf below a window, either inside or outside. Many times you put the things on window sill, right? So here we go children with the section 2, not our problem. If you see the picture all around the text, you will understand that what it means to say, right? See beta, many times we face very small problem, but we do not try to solve that problem when it is in a small form. But when it increase and start troubling you, that time you are finding the solution, but you are not getting. That is the what I can say concept of this lesson, not our problem. As you can see that a king and his advisor was standing in the balcony of palace. From there, the king was eating something, and the drop of honey, I think, fell down. It then tasted by a bee, and then after a bee became food of a gecko. Gecko means a small lizard. The lizard and the cat has had fight. Then after, the cat was again followed by a dog. Both started fighting, and their caretaker, or we can say their owner, they start fighting, and slowly, it just take the big form of fire. So let's start the lesson without wasting any time. The king sat with his advisor eating honey on puffed rice, steamed rice. As they ate, they leaned from the palace. Lean means bent down from the palace window and watched the street below. What they see, beta? The king saw something in the street. He leant from his palace and he tried to see something. They talked of this and that, like just they were doing gossiping. The king, not paying attention to what he was doing, let a drop of honey fell fall onto the window sill. This is called window sill. Can you see here? Yeah, this is window sill. So he was not observing that from his plate the honey drops were falling down. It reached to here where a honeybee came to it and started eating. Oh, sir, let me wipe that up. Wipe that means let me sort out that problem, offered the advisor. I think he was wise enough for the king. So, what he said, what he said that when he saw something in the street, he tried to sort out the problem. Never mind, said the king. Never mind means don't look into that matter. It is not our own. So let it be as it is. I think being a king, he should not speak this word, but he did that. It is not our problem. The servants will clean it later. Right? When the drop of honey fell onto the ground, the advisor told that let me do it, let me clean it. But the king said, do not look into that matter. Our servants are there, they will clean it later. As the two continued to dine on their honey and puff rice, dine means taking dinner, the drop of honey slowly began to drip down. Drip down means in the form of drops it was falling on the ground. Drip down the window sill. At last it fell with a plop onto the street below. Soon a fly had landed on the drop of honey and began his own meal. For us, it was just a drop of honey, but for honeybee or for fly, it was nice, delicious dinner for the small insect. Immediately, a gecko sprang from under the palace and with a flip of its tongue swallowed the fly. Swallowed means eat wholly. A cat had seen the gecko and pounced took the position to attack the lizard on it. Suddenly, a dog sprang forward and attacked the cat. You see, beta, the story begins from this: a drop of honey. Then it went to a fly. Then fly went into the stomach of lizard. When the cat saw the lizard, cat tried to attack on lizard and cat and dog. You know that both are enemies of each other. So cat now decided to attack on cat. The dog decided to attack on the cat. Immediately, a gecko sprang from under the palace and with a flip of its long tongue swallowed the fly, eat wholly. A cat had seen the gecko and the pounced on it. Suddenly, a dog sprang forward and attacked the cat. Sir, there seems to be a cat and dog fight on the street. Now, what do you think? Who spoke this word? I don't think that king might have taken this risk anymore. The wise advisor only suggested to king and he spoke these words. Sir, there seems to be a cat and the dog fight on the street. Should we call someone to stop it? See beta, here you will observe that it is a grammar point. I would like to have your attention here. Here it is written a cat and dog. You might be surprising by knowing that why there is not a article before dog. See, when we are talking about two different nouns and they are singular, we are using article for each of them. That means a cat and a dog. But here a article has been used not for cat or dog. It is used for fight. A fight between cat and dog. And that is why a article has been used here. Got my children? Okay. Never mind. Send the king. Said the king? King said that we no need to look into that matter, right? Whatever happening, that happening, no matter, no problem. It's not our problem. Again, the king, just without thinking what is going to be happen, the next moment he spoke the same words. So the two continued to munch their honey and puff rice. Meanwhile, the cat's owner had arrived and was beating the dog. Right? When cat's owner came, he started beating the dog. The dog's owner ran up and began to beat the cat. Soon the two were beating each other. See, beta. See what is happening in this story. The thing was only a little drop of honey, and that reached to the fight of dog and cat, and later on between their owners. Sir, there are two persons fighting on the street now. Shouldn't we send someone to break this up? The king lazily looked from the window as he is not interested only. Never mind, it's not our problem. Do you think, children, that being a king he should speak this word? I don't think so. He must be caring for everyone, but this king is completely different. He is very lazy, he is selfish, yes, and he is not looking into the any matter of his kingdom. The friends of the cat's owner gathered and began to cheer him on. See, the people also, I think nowadays it is just general only that if any fighting is going on, nobody tried to stop that fight. They are just taking the side of one of the group and they are also being part actively, directly or indirectly, they are being the part of that fight. The friends of the dog's owner begin to cheer him on as well. Soon both groups entered the fight and attacked each other. Sir, a number of people are fighting on the street now. Perhaps we should call someone to break this up. Again, you see the words of king. The king was too lazy even to look into this matter. You can guess what he said. Yeah, obviously, same wordings. Never mind, it's not our problem. Now soldier arrives on the scene. At first, they tried to break up the fighting. When they heard the cause of the fight, some sided with the cat's owner, others sided with the dog's owner. Soon the soldiers also started fighting with each other. The soldiers too joined the fight. With the soldiers involved, the fight erupted into a civil war. See where the drop and where the civil war. Houses were burnt down, people were harmed, the palace itself was set afire and burnt to the ground. The king and his advisor stood surveying the ruins. Ruins means damages, whatever happened to the palace. Perhaps, said the king, I was wrong. Perhaps the drop of honey was our problem. So, here we end the chapter. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Very funny story, isn't it? Okay. After this, I will send you the exercise of this lesson. Do write word meaning in your notebook one time. Whatever I have cut in the word meaning, you can also cut while writing in the notebook. And then after write the question answer. Okay. Thank you so much.